Welcome, everybody, back to Burnt Popcorn. It's me, Dr. Till, and tonight we are catching up with Pluribus. Yes, that's right, the new show from Vince Gilligan, the creator of Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. Can he make another home run with Pluribus? We don't know, but we're going to talk about it. So, see you after the trailer.
Hi, Carol. Thank you for calling.
Yep.
This must be so bewildering for you. Completely up to you, of course, but you might want to stick close to home for the next few days. If we can help you in any way, please let us know. We can deliver food, medicine, whatever you need. We are here for you. Rest assured, Carol, we will figure out what makes you different.
Figure it out. Why?
So we can fix it. So you can join us. We feel like we're doing all the talking here. Are there any questions you might have for us, Carol?
I guess to start with, what the
Pluribus is a post-apocalyptic sci-fi thriller created by Vince Gilligan. Explores a world where an extraterrestrial virus turns nearly all of humanity into a peaceful, content hive mind called the Others. It's not really called anything, but forcing everyone to get along in blissful unity. The story follows Carol Sturka, a grumpy fantasy novelist who's only one of 13 immune holdouts. She navigates isolation, investigates the outbreak, and resists assimilation. So Pluribus, new season Breaking Bad. It's cool.
Yeah, I didn't know what the hell it was. I had no idea it was a alien fucking end of the world type of thing, but I liked the first episode. I was like, oh shit, I'm in. Let's go.
Let's start before we get into the episode. Let's start with our kind of initial reactions to the marketing, because I remember seeing the trailer. There's that shot in the trailer of the woman licking the donuts.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't get much else other than what's her face, Carol, and how she's a miserable bitch. That's pretty much all you get.
Yeah, they're you find out very early she's a lesbian, and they did not hold punch. They made her how they usually make them like happy-go-lucky and the world's just against them. It's like, no, this girl was a miserable bitch.
I believe they call them Ken.
That does sound like the scientific term.
Hold on. Actually, Ken, if you go to the laboratory, you'll see that what they refer to is as bull. You see, it's a very specific species of lesbian that mainly becomes intoxicated with smaller, birdier-like women who they can prey on sexually and convince that they are lesbians too. That is the typical life cycle of what is known as a bull. So yeah, our main character is a lesbian. Who would ever known? This woman ever played a lesbian? Pfft, I don't believe it. Someone as good looking as her?
I don't know what's happening right now.
I'm being sarcastic, and then the fact that she's playing a lesbian is very on brand for the type of woman she is. I don't know if she's actually a lesbian, but
That's what I was about to look up.
she plays a good mean lesbian.
Oh, she's definitely playing this character well. I think she's having a lot of fun with it.
Oh yeah, she plays miserable very well.
Sorry, she is straight.
Oh, is she? Okay. Well, she plays a lesbian well. I guess she just really has knows what it feels like to give up.
Okay.
I mean, being an actress, you probably do. Got a lot of things you gotta give up on.
Well, I think she's just playing like a raging bitch, and I think who's this guy Gillian? What's his name?
Vince Gilligan.
Vince Gillian. He knows how to do an arc. I'll give him that. So
well, his best character archetype is miserable bastard of whatever gender.
Yeah, it's like he makes a main character that's not necessarily a good person, but they're fun to watch, and you want to see what they're gonna do next.
Yeah.
So, this person is a raging bitch, and is only liked by one person on the planet, and that person is gone.
Yeah.
There's only 4 people left on the planet, and she still can't get them to like her.
So going into this, I didn't really know what to expect because Breaking Bad, you knew kind of somewhat what to expect going in if you've never seen it, where it's it's a chemistry teacher that has cancer and he's cooking meth in order to make money for his family. Okay, you kind of know what shenanigans are going to ensue. Better Call Saul, crooked lawyer who's getting deeper and deeper into the criminal underworld as he's like trying to advance his law career. You kind of have a somewhat idea of what to expect. Most miserable woman in the world has to save the world from being happy. What? What? Vince, like, that's why I was like, when I first heard about this, I was like, I don't know if this is gonna work out. Like, I like Vince Gilligan. I like his shows. I like his work on the X-Files. But, you know, sometimes, like we've learned over the past few years, even if you're a great filmmaker or writer or whatever, sometimes you still run out of ideas.
Well, not only that, the guy that made Sons of Anarchy, you know, that thing had a ton of fans. It was on for a while, and then he did another show that completely bombed. He's like, you realize, okay, just because a lot of people like this stuff, if like you really go into Sons of Anarchy, it sucked. It was dumb as shit.
Yeah,
Doesn't mean it's not going to get a bunch of fans. Yeah, it's the first season's pretty good. Like, well, actually, it's really good, and then it just falls off a cliff. But for whatever reason, that first season kept so much momentum, and everybody's just into this outlaw biker shit. It just kept going, and the story kept getting more and more ridiculous.
Yeah, until they end up in Ireland specifically for fucking tax cuts.
Yeah, it's like it just they'll either get he'll either be seen as a great, you know, he's a great storyteller, or this will try to expose that, you know, maybe he just did it really good once, and he can only really stay in that universe. I know Better Call Saul is, you know, a lot of people like that too. I didn't watch it, but I'm sure it's good. He's got a good way of creating characters and stories. So
I never finished it, but I watched like I think the first 2.5 seasons, and those were really good. But it's a much slower burn than Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad has some, you know, action in it. Like Better Call Saul is very straightforward drama. But like it picks up momentum as it goes.
Well, I like. You gotta say this about him. He doesn't do that thing where he just draws you on and on and on. He has a specific plan. Breaking Bad was always going to be 5 seasons, I think. I think that was the original plan. Better Call Saul, he has like an outline of what he wants to do.
Yeah.
He doesn't do like every other popular show when in the height of its popularity, let's just keep going. He didn't do Supernatural where it's supposed to end after 6 seasons and then they get picked up somehow and then just draw it on for another 9 seasons of garbage. So, he's got a story and I'm just glad it's not going to go on and on and on. So, I got hope for this series.
I don't know how, like, before we even get into it, I don't know how you'd make this into a multiple season thing. But so far, from what I've seen, now you've seen more of it than I have, it's an interesting premise. And I've known Vince Gilligan to be a very measured and, like, direct writer. Like, he doesn't fuck around. Like, even in, like, Breaking Bad, you know the famous fly scene, or the fly episode, right? Remember when?
Remind me.
They're like in that really nice. It's before they kill the guy with the coffee. They're still in that really nice meth lab under the laundry like warehouse. And there's an episode where Walter and Jesse are just in the lab and they're trying to kill a fly for the entire episode. Now, if that was a normal TV show, that would have been a completely pointless filler episode. But because what that episode was, you call those bottle episodes. So you'll make usually like if you're running real tight on budget and you need so many episodes, usually you'll make a bottle episode that is kind of on its own, where you put a couple characters in a room and you just do that for the entire episode, right?
Okay.
This episode, he actually used it to build on the characters of Walt and Jesse's like relationship. Like that episode is actually very pivotal to the entire arc of the show because of some very essential groundwork that gets laid there for things that happen later on. And that is a masterful move as a writer. 9.5 out of 10 writers would have just done a fucking bullshit bottle episode that's just kind of there to lighten the budget. But he used something that usually is a throwaway as a very pivotal part of the entire show. And so that's the kind of craftsmanship, I guess you'd say, in like writing that makes you go, okay, like this premise is fucking weird. I don't know what the fuck you're gonna do with it. But if you can make killing a fly for an hour interesting and compelling, and it create like very pivotal character like moments and groundwork for other things further in the show, I'm gonna trust this show's gonna be awesome. And the first episode, like, it's one of those things where at the end of it, I didn't know how I felt about it, but you can't stop thinking about it either way. Like,
Mhm.
like there was parts where I was like, I don't know if I'm liking this. This is kind of weird.
I had the exact opposite. I was like, oh man, this is weird as shit. I was like, this is completely different than I thought. Whatever the hell, I thought this was gonna be
Yeah.
some kind of murder mystery or something, and or some lady goes to a weird town and everybody's like fucking robots or something. You know, it's
Everybody's
like one of
fucking
those.
robots or everybody's
Yeah.
fucking robots?
Yes.
They're robots fucking robots.
Robots. Just fucking robots everywhere. But then it just like
Sorry.
funny. Yeah. And sparks are literally flying.
Hit me, daddy. Hit me. Beep boop, beep boop. Oh! Just get the sound of the woman going, but it's like all like data moshing into like dial-up tones.
But
It's like you remember the Matrix where it goes down his throat going, oh, it starts going into like the digital sound.
this is going on way too long for this stupid. That's funny. But no, I didn't know what it was, and then this weird sci-fi element with this literal world-ending shit. I was like, holy shit, they're just doing it on episode 1. And the only thing I was kind of I didn't like, I guess there's only a couple ways you can do this, but if you ever watched Rick and Morty, that hive mind episode, it's almost exactly like that.
Can you help us? Our planet was taken over by some kind of entity. It absorbed the minds of our people.
Hold it.
Hello, Rick. Long time no see.
Yeah, it kind of is. So episode 1.
Well, no, not only that, and I'm sorry to, but
Go ahead.
the movie, the Nicole Kidman movie Invasion, it's almost exactly like that, where the people that were taken over by the thing were literally spitting into like coffee and stuff like that to infect other people.
I have heard other people say it's definitely one of those like Invasion of the Body Snatcher trope like shows, and I completely agree. Like, there's not really any arguing with that. This is exactly an Invasion of the Body Snatchers, but it's a very interesting twist because, as far as we could tell, it's not nefarious. Which makes it weirder, honestly.
Well, no, it's letting you think it's not nefarious. You don't actually know.
That's what I'm saying. As far as we know right now,
yeah,
it's not.
Yes,
But there's a lot of things like I want to talk about, like the others or whatever, the hive mind in a minute. But let's kind of give them a quick breakdown of what episode 1 is. So episode 1, we get a message detected by SETI. And it's coming from, let me say, 400 million miles away?
600 million miles away.
Something like that.
No. It's like 600 light years away, I think, or 600 million light or something. Because some show did that back in the day.
Twilight Zone.
We'll talk about that. Yeah, where they said it was 600 million miles away, which is like where Neptune is. So it didn't make any sense. It was supposed to be like out in the middle of the galaxy somewhere.
Yeah, it's like, I think it's like 600 light years away.
Yeah.
So they get a message and they decode it, and the code gets given to a seems like a pharmaceutical company or something, and they figure out it's a chemical. It's like the building blocks of a chemical, and so they're trying to synthesize this chemical, right? They're trying to make it, and once they do, they make it in a rat. The rat bites the lab tech. And the lab tech starts kissing and spitting and licking everything and turning everyone into a hive mind. And it spreads across the earth in like a matter of like a day. And in the meantime, we meet our main character, Carol Sturka, who is a smut novelist, like a trash novelist. Like she writes like fantasy novels for fat women who have too many cats and work at Starbucks. And she's really good at it, and her wife is her publicist and agent or whatever, and they are secret lesbians. Ooh, they only scissor in the dark.
Are they secret lesbians?
Yeah, like, because when I say they're secret lesbians, they're not secret lesbians to like their community. They're secret lesbians to her fans.
Okay, yeah, because that was her assistant, I guess, was what
Yeah,
she
she acts like her agent, like her book agent, or like maybe like a publicist. It's not very clear exactly what she is, but it seems like publicist / agent, something. She helps sell the books.
Yeah. And I guess if you're making smut for wine moms, that you don't want to come out as a lesbian, I guess.
Exactly. Which it's funny in the second episode when she holds up the book to that chick. The guy on the cover is clearly just a woman with a mustache and a beard painted.
Yeah, I didn't like that part at all. Well,
I thought it was
funny.
hilarious. I was like, really? No one figured it out.
I thought that was I thought that was hilarious. And then you're wondering why is this random, like, looks like Mexican or wherever she's from, like covered in dirt, gets on a plane to fly. I was like, why are they even showing us this? And then they clean her up, and I was like, oh, she looks exactly like this very poorly photoshopped.
Episode 2.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah, we haven't got there yet, but yeah.
Well, you were talking about episode.
Well, I was talking about a brief moment where they show the cover of her book, because you don't really get a good glance at it in the first episode. There's a funny scene where they're at the airport and they stop by like one of the bookstores, and Carol looks at her wife and like glances over the bookstore, and her wife looks over and notices that her books are like on the bottom shelf and somebody else's books on the top shelf, and so she just stands there while her wife goes over and swaps the books. I was like, that's pretty funny. I would do that too.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
So,
see, it's like little shit like that is why it's like he puts on these character moments and these funny moments that like just make it seem more real and entertaining to watch.
Yeah, I agree. He's really good at putting real people in like fantastic situations.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what he excels at, I think, the most, is because like Walter White, you pretty much put him in fucking Scarface or Goodfellas, but it's just a Albuquerque chemistry teacher.
Yeah.
But he keeps that like realistic core to the guy, that's what is like great about Vince Gilligan's writing, and I hope he can maintain that for this show. So they've landed back at home in Albuquerque. They're going to have a drink, and they kind of have like a little discussion about Carol finally writing her serious novel, or finishing her serious novel and publishing it. And because she's tired of writing trash, as she sees it. And while they're outside having a cigarette, they notice that planes are doing like dozens of chemtrails up in the sky. They're like, well, that's weird. And Helen, Carol's wife, is like, is it? Like, there's like 40 chemtrails up there. What do you mean, is it?
Yeah, the entire sky was like planes just dumping this chemical into the air.
Yeah. Which I love that, like, literally like a week before, or no, it was like a week after this show came out, the U.S. government came out and admitted that they've been doing chemtrails for like decades. It's like, I mean, you put it in a show, I might as well go ahead and say, yeah, we've been doing it. What do you want us to do? It's already been done. What do you want?
Yeah, we were trying to make everybody a hive mind, but it just didn't work.
It didn't work. We kept using fucking crack cocaine as the powder. Yeah. It's making everybody fucking weird.
If anything, we've never been more not together in history. Yeah.
So the virus hits everybody in the bar and outside, and Carol's wife even gets it and falls, and we don't really know for sure what happened, but it seems like she hit her head and that's why she dies.
I don't know. They weren't very clear why she.
Well, the
died.
way she was laying, it looks like she just fell directly back, and if you fall directly back like that and hit your head at just the right angle, you will kill yourself.
Well, I get that, but I don't think she fell. I think like Carol grabbed her and like sort of brought her down.
No, she was laying on the ground when she turned around.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because remember, so there's a guy.
Everybody else is standing up and like shaking though. That's the thing.
Well, the ones who are standing up are like leaning against each other, so they like fell into each other and they kind of like locked.
Okay.
So like the chemicals fall. There's a guy in an old Chevy truck, like an '80s, which is a fucking nice truck. I'm kind of jealous of this truck. And he's getting in his truck and he gets hit by the virus, and he drives off and hits another car. And Carol goes to check on him, and while Carol's trying to turn off the car and get him stop seizing, she looks back and Helen's seized in place, and she's cracked her phone with her hand. And then I don't know if we see her fall, but there's one point where she's standing and she's like seizing, and then she's trying to help the guy. She's kind of like, her attention's getting diverted back and forth, and then you see Helen on the ground, and she runs over there, starts calling for help. She goes inside. Everyone else is seizing. So she gets the guy's truck, puts Helen on like a fucking sandwich board, and pulls her up into the back of the truck and goes to the hospital where everybody else is also seizing, which they seized a lot longer than the lab tech lady. I guess it's because maybe there's more people.
Yeah, and that was like a bite, I guess. Maybe this is like the other one was with direct contact with like kissing and fluids and
like an
stuff. Or the other
aerosol
one, aerosol that was like shot out of a plane.
Yeah. But while she's there, everybody suddenly wakes up and starts going to like the gurney and shit like that. And all these people start doing stuff in like a very coordinated effort. And she freaks out and goes, "What the fuck is going on?" And everyone turns around and goes, "Hi, Carol," like all at once. And it like freaks her the fuck out. And they're trying to take Helen's body, and she like shoos them off, and she like takes off, drives away, drives home, and like gets Helen's body inside, and like collapses on the couch essentially. I think she starts drinking, and that's when she turns on the TV, and there's a guy in the presidential press room or whatever, and there's a chevron saying, "Carol, hey."
Call us.
Yeah, it has a phone number. It's a call us day and night, and she turns on the volume, and the guy's like, "Carol, we know you have questions. Please call us." And they're all like that weird, like Mr. Movie Phone voice.
Yeah.
Which is great. I love that. Like, "Hi, Carol. Thank you for calling." And she calls and starts having a conversation with her TV, which I thought was weird that they had the audio. Like, it doesn't make sense in the real world that the audio from the phone would be synced with the audio from the TV. It makes no sense. That would not happen. But it works for the scene. And basically the guy tells her everyone on Earth is now a hive mind. There are no individuals. There's essentially no death anymore. There's just bodies that die, and their consciousness gets absorbed into the hive mind.
We feel like we're doing all the talking here. Are there any questions you might have for us, Carol?
I guess to start with, what the
So everybody has everyone's memories, everyone's skills, everything. Which is weird, and Carol does not like it, and she flips the fuck out.
As one would.
Yeah, and that's the entire episode. Like, there's a lot of good stuff in the episode where it starts setting up questions like, wait, if everybody's like a hive mind and everybody's everybody, like, what does that mean about humanity? Like, what is that? Like, that's one of the things that the show looks like it's going to explore is what does that mean for humanity? Is that even humanity anymore?
Yeah, how does that work? If you have every bit of knowledge that's ever existed in human consciousness, like how do you not know Carol isn't going to like this? Like, she's going to not have a problem with this. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you got to have some psychologists in there and working around in the system. Like, you should know, they should all be experts on like human behavior and everything else. Like, they literally can't understand Carol or what she wants.
Well, as we see in the second episode, I think there's reasons for why they can't quite comprehend certain reactions that Carol's going to have. Because there's drawbacks to this hive mind. I don't know if you want to break down the entire like second episode, and like I didn't get through all the third episode, but these is kind of just our initial reactions to the show. In the second episode, we learned that they react very poorly to negative emotions directed at them.
Yeah, they start seizing like when they first got taken over by the mist or whatever the hell you want to call it.
Yeah.
So, and apparently you find out like it's not just they just fall over. Like, there are real world consequences when everyone on the planet is having a seizure. You know what I mean? But you don't find out those numbers until the third episode. I don't know if you want to go over that.
Yeah. So the Arab chick, she starts off literally in like a burlap sack like robe, like in the Middle East, and then she immediately starts cleaning up dead bodies, and more people start joining her, and they start swapping her out over and over again until she gets to America. And like she even like flies a goddamn military plane. Like, these people literally can do anything. They have all the skills of everyone on Earth. So she flies this plane to America. She got people like waiting for her to like fix her hair and do her clothing and stuff like that, and like a fresh shower and everything waiting for her. And then she shows up at Carol's house to offer a bottle of water. And you find out the reason why they chose her is because she looks like the fictional character Raban, the male pirate from her like smut novels. And that's when you're like, wait a minute. And she holds up the novel, and it literally just looks like the chick who's the actress with a fake mustache and beard.
It literally does. It's
I
like,
think it
what the
is.
hell?
I think it literally
I know
is.
it is. No, I know that it is. It really is. It's like, how the fuck?
It's such a funny moment. It's
a laughable moment, but it's like, why would they do that? That doesn't make any sense. And for her, it's like trying to sell these books. It's like, and the whole thing behind it was she secretly wanted to make this character a female.
Yeah.
So she like changed it at the last second to a male. But it has nothing to do with the cover of your book. Like, the book would have already been written. Why would the cover be this chick with a beard?
I think that's just they what do you call it? Like, so when you make something for a movie, you kind of gotta project it in a little more. Like if you go on like a set or whatever, on camera it looks normal, but if you go on set, sometimes things will be like a little too big or a little too brightly colored, or it'll look kind of off in like a weird way, and that's so it reads much better on camera, because it might not read well as much as they need to, whatever. And I think they did that because they wanted you to see that she was trying to slide it under the radar. Like I don't know. That's just me. Like that's me speculating, or it might just be a joke. It's be funny.
No, that's what I mean. It's just like why would they make it? She was secretly trying to do that, or she didn't secretly try to do that. She wanted it to be a female, then changed her mind because she didn't think nobody would hear a lesbian pirate story, I guess, or whatever. But I was just like, why? Huh?
I said I'll read it.
Yeah, it's a different type of reader, but yeah, you could probably sell some books. But
all the male audiences. Oh man, this Pirates of Stupid Purple Sands is so fucking hot. It's a bunch of fat guys.
Pirates of Caribbean scissoring. This is amazing.
Pirates of the Caribbean scissoring.
But it's just like, for that, I get the gag, and it was very funny when looking at it. It's just like, why would they make him like this feminine, girl with a? It's just, I thought it's a funny moment, but it's just like, come on, man.
It is one of those moments where it takes you out of the show for like a split second. It's like, what the fuck? That's where she like screams at her, and everybody seizes, and you got this little like dramatic scene where she's trying to save a guy who's like hanging from a cherry picker.
Mm-hmm.
But that brings into question like the different things, the different aspects that we know so far about this hive. They can't take negative emotions directed at them. They can't kill.
Nope.
Which means they ain't gonna be able to feed anybody.
That, I don't know how far if that came up, but that's some of the things you start thinking about. Like, they literally can't kill anything. Is this the episode where she wants to go to the grocery store and there's nothing in it, and they just start bringing everything back?
No, I think that's the next one. This is the one where she's like, she wants to meet all the other people who are immune, and you get to meet the fucking weird Malaysian Casanova.
Oh yeah, and he's just banging everything.
Dude, that orange suit he was wearing, that thing looked awesome. I was like, I want that orange suit. That looks great.
That did have Til all over it, and probably jizz. I would like to think I would not become that guy if everybody on the planet became a hive mind and just we're counting the seconds. And I don't know if we went over it. They're literally doing everything they can to turn Carol and everybody else, because we find out, what is there, like 14 people that are immune to it somehow.
Mm-hmm.
And so they even tell her, is like, yeah, we'll get to you. We're gonna eventually turn you eventually. We don't know how yet. We'll probably be in a couple months or so. But
they're like, we'd like you to join us, but we don't know how to do that yet. And she obviously doesn't want that. She wants to turn everybody back.
Yeah.
What I want to know is is this show just kind of inspired by the Twilight Zone, or is this a sequel to the Twilight Zone episode?
I don't know. I did see a video on that. Like, this guy breaks it down. Some of the names in it, like her last name was the same character from that Twilight episode, I think, or it's Sturka. At least close. Yeah,
no, it's the exact same name, Sturka.
So I've never seen that episode, so I don't know.
Okay, I haven't watched it. This is going off that other guy's video. In that Twilight Zone episode, it's a alien planet where was it the same virus was like breaking out of the planet, and Sturka is a scientist who wants to escape, and so him and like a couple other scientists get on a spaceship and go. They say 11 million miles or whatever to
600 million miles
to
Earth. Well, I don't know if that was like, it's the Twilight Zone. I don't know if the whole thing was like this thing was taking over the world, and they're like, we got to leave because everybody's getting taken over. I don't know if the hook of that was you find out, we flew to this different planet, and the different planet is Earth. I don't know if that was supposed to... Go ahead.
I think in that video, I could be wrong. I think in that video, one of the clips, the guy said, "I know where we're going. It's a place called Earth."
Huh.
Because he has like other people with him. He's got like a navigator and stuff like that. He's got like a little crew.
And that's what they think the descendants are.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that are immune. Which doesn't make sense. Why would they be able to interbreed? No, not only that. Like, why are they immune on this planet when they weren't immune on the other planet? Or wait, were they immune and that's why they had a problem with it, and that's why they left?
Maybe it wasn't that they were immune. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't seen that other episode, but I don't know if they were immune on that other planet or if that that frequency or whatever, the chemical sequence, the virus they made, it may be only attuned to human DNA because it was made for humans or whatever, made by humans. So it might only be attuned to human DNA, and their DNA might still be varied enough from humans that where it doesn't work on them.
That's true. We're just speculating here. This is all guesswork. Where each planet gets its own signal.
They wouldn't be that far removed because I think in that episode Twilight Zone, they got to Earth in like the 60s.
Yeah.
So that would only be like 2 generations, maybe?
No, the timeline works. If you go from that Twilight Zone, their kids or grandkids would be these people.
I'm saying that explains why there's so few, because like it would either be so diluted like further if it was further back, that where it wouldn't matter, or that you would have a lot more people who are immune. Like,
I don't know how many people were on that thing, and you would think there'd be more than 14 people on the planet if the small group of people came, but if it's only been 60 some years since, or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard to say. Again, we're just guessing. This might have nothing to do with that, but it could.
There's a lot of things. Like I said, we don't know yet if it's inspiration or if it's. It would be kind of cool if it was a sequel, wouldn't it? And he could go back like in future seasons and basically remake that episode.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
As flashbacks or something. That'd be kind of cool, right?
I'm not again. I was like, again, he's good enough to do this. He can build a story. He can have interconnecting things and have it all pay off at the end. It's kind of what he's known for.
Yeah. I think so far it's an interesting show. I'm gonna stick with it. It's nothing about it has made me go fuck this show like so many other shows we've watched recently. But it's one of those shows too where I'm like, I know it's well made, I know it's well written, but it could still end up being one of those shows where it's like, this is just not for me.
Yeah, I can see that. I want it to be good, and I kind of trust this guy, the creator of the show. The only way I don't know how you do more than one season with this. That's what I want to know, because I've been watching a lot of things that just seem like they're one and done seasons.
Yeah, and it's on Apple TV, which just makes it more like maybe 3 seasons. Because I can't think of anything they did more than 3 seasons.
I don't know. Was it you or Semper told me to watch that show Sugar with Colin Farrell?
Oh, it wasn't me.
Okay, yeah, it was him. It was this weird show where you just see this guy. He's like a fixer for Hollywood, and the show turns into that where he has to solve like a murder mystery or the missing person. Into him and a bunch of other people are actually secretly aliens. they're just hiding on planet Earth just to observe humans. Literally, it just turns into that like out of nowhere.
It's
like, what
so stupid.
And they made it work, but it is kind of stupid. But for this, I'm enjoying it. I wish I want to believe there's something more nefarious with the hive mind, and they kind of get into it with episodes 3 and 4, where she tries to like get into their head, because I think somewhere they told her, "Can I reverse this or change people back?" And they kind of didn't answer her to make her think that there is a way. And episode 3 or 4, she gets a little more answers, or she tries a little harder to find out the answer to that.
Yeah.
So I don't know if these things get a little more evil and you find out something else is against it. The theory that video we watched, if that's it, I was like, it's kind of boring. But I think for this season to keep going, or this show to keep going on, she's going to need to find a way to at least turn one person, or find a way to turn people. Where they're actively hunting her and they're lying or something that they actually can't hurt her or kill her or whatever.
Yeah,
I think
something. I think the feeling I'm getting is that the stakes are going to be that she has to be the one to save this hive mind thing from itself.
Yeah, I can see that. My initial thought when I was watching this is like the big reveal is going to be that code is just they send it to planets as to nullify the inhabitants and make it easier to conquer. That's what I
See,
thought was
that could
coming.
be something interesting where it turns into an actual alien invasion show later on.
That's what I thought. But then when they said there's only 14 people on the planet left, I was like, I don't see how that happened. I thought this is going to be like they just started this operation where they're just taking over everything,
Mm-hmm.
but they did the entire, like you said, they did the entire world. And I was like, 14 people, that's not enough. If there's an alien invasion
Well,
and she's some shitty novel writer.
unless there's a way to turn like to fix the hive mind, like that maybe that becomes the stakes. There's like a race to figure out how to turn the hive mind to where they can be aggressive.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's gonna for this show to go on.
Yeah.
And I'm just mainly injecting my own what I want the show to be to probably what it's gonna be. But I was like, for it to get me really pique my interest, it's gonna have to go in that direction. Is what I'm saying.
Well, Vince Gilligan is known for taking a premise that you don't think there's going to be a lot of room for interesting storytelling and finding crazy ways to make it interesting. So, like you said, I trust Vince Gilligan because he's 2 for 2 right now.
yeah.
And there's always a possibility that it turns into, crap. I don't think it's going to be that. If it does, it's going to be like one of those shows that turns in it almost gets too artsy, almost too indie movie about it. Like if it becomes crap, I think that's what it's going to do. It's going to go like where it's too indie movie. Too many long quiet shots of next to nothing happening,
The only thing that's making me doubt that this might not be as good as we hope is that movie El Camino he made.
I never saw it, so yeah.
It ain't great. He didn't have much to work. He was trying to, I guess, like just finish off that story, but
Yeah.
it ain't great.
Yeah, I hadn't seen that, so I guess that's one that could also have been like a thing that FX wanted him to do, and he just didn't actually have his heart in it, like. So I don't know. So far I'm liking it. So far I'm interested. I say give it a watch and tell us what you think down in the comments. We're gonna watch a few more episodes and we'll probably check back in on it next week. Do like I don't know, like 2 through 5 or whatever's out at that point.
We're gonna give you in pieces, people. All right, just eat up what we're giving you. That's all we're asking.
Yeah, we're trying to keep up with the show at least to some extent.
Every time we do a full season thing, like Foundation, it got weird. Things got weird. Things got cut out because it went in directions it didn't need to go, and
Yeah.
it almost ended the show. Honestly, it almost ended this whole YouTube thing.
Ken almost hung himself. It was insane. We had to talk him down off the chair live on air. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll be back in another video. We got if it haven't come out yet, there's more episodes of It Welcome to Derry coming this week. We're gonna be back next week with some more Pluribus coverage and. Start leaving comments on what classic movies you guys would like us to cover because we're going to start dipping into the old school movies soon because honestly we're getting kind of sick of all this new shit. We need some good shit again, some classic shit. And it could literally be shit. So leave a comment of whatever you want us to like check out, from the eras gone by down below and maybe we'll get to covering that. We're going to start maybe like once a month do a classic movie review.
Yeah, maybe not shit. Maybe not shit. Maybe some classic.
This is called Burn Popcorn.
Yeah, it's goddamn. It's gonna be shit. It's always shit. Just change the name of the channel to shit.